There's a new biggest flop in movie history. Here are the top 5 box office bombs from 2023, as reported on by the industry insiders at Deadline. At number 5 is The Haunted Mansion. Deadline estimates Disney sunk $260 million into the movie based on a theme park ride. This includes production, marketing, interest, residuals, and overhead. And Disney only made back $143 million on the movie from its box office, home entertainment, and streaming, leaving it with a net loss of $117 million. According to Deadline, Haunted Mansion was crushed by Barbie and the strike, and it made less at the box office than the 2003 Eddie Murphy version. At number 4 is Wish. Deadline says Disney spent $362 million all in on the animated film, and made back $231 million, meaning it lost $131 million. The site's writers say that's because audiences could tell it was more corporate product than quality content. Next, you've got Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Sources put total costs at an absurd $516 million, and returns at $373 million, meaning it lost $143 million. Deadline blames too many cooks in the kitchen, not adding younger cast members to bring in younger audiences, the fact that the last Indiana Jones movie wasn't great, and that bad word of mouth for Indy 5 started a month before the movie even came out when it had its premiere at the Cannes Film Festival. The second biggest box office bomb of 2023 was The Flash, which is the only non-Disney movie on the list. Warner Brothers spent $405 million on the DC film, took in $250 million, losing $155 million total. Deadline blames the controversies around Ezra Miller, and just that audiences weren't that interested in DC's multiverse cameos. And the number 1 biggest bomb of 2023, that's also now become the biggest bomb of all time, is The Marvels, costing $455 million total, with revenue at $218 million, meaning it lost a substantial $237 million. How does a sequel to a billion-dollar movie go on to lose $250 million? Well, the original had the benefit of coming between Infinity War and Endgame. This one had the disadvantage of coming out just at the end of the actors' strike, the fact that Marvel was asking viewers to be familiar with its television characters, and that once it was released, it faced middling reviews and bad word of mouth. The Marvels tops Disney's John Carter as the worst flop of all time, if you don't adjust for inflation, which many box office lists don't. But if you do adjust for inflation, then it comes in at number 3, behind John Carter and another Disney flop, The Lone Ranger, which is still pretty historic, I would say.